What do we have here? Another Melvin Lozada knife. Yeah, this is one of his customs. When he's working at full steam, he can make about one of these per week. And they're already claimed. These are already ordered and purchased, and so when he finishes one, they go out the door to the owner. So it's not like he has a lot of these beautiful custom knives laying around. So when I visited him, you know, to show me some of his knives, he was showing me stuff that was maybe back in for upgrade or repair, or like this one, just needed a little touch-up on the finish. What do we have here? What is this one?
This is one of my really old models.
Okay. Boy, that is a tank, huh?
Yeah, the blade is made out of Alabama Damascus steel. It's hot blued.
Wow.
The frames are titanium, and there's a little bit of texture on it and color with a flame torch. So each line is colored with a torch.
Okay, very cool.
Name of the model is the Hades. Like, you know, calling the devil Hades.
Okay, Hades, Hades, I got you, yeah.
And you have titanium pivot collars, titanium over travel disc, and Damascus clip.
You seem to always do your over travel discs pretty big and kind of
it's
it's
like
a lot of presence on them.
Half an inch, and I try to use part of the decorative purpose of the knife. This one is in standoffs.
Those standoffs are gigantic. Holy crap!
Yeah,
look at those things.
I can make them. I can make a spine, a full back spacer.
Standoffs are bigger than most pivots.
Yeah,
for sure.
And this knife is a refurbish. I just have to refurbish for our customers. Have been used and used, so that's why you see a lot of lint inside there, because
pockets. It's been used.
And basically, the flipped part have lost the color.
From just touching it over and over again.
So I have to rebuild.
Mind if I give it a flip?
Of course.
Boy, that is a tank. This thing has to weigh 7 ounces, 8 ounces? 8 ounces.
Around 8.
So we're talking a big, beefy Medford. Whoop, I flubbed that one, didn't I? Yeah, you got to give it a little... you got to give it some finger.
A little bit of finger.
It's not for babying.
Yeah, because it's so big of a knife.
Oh yeah.
I don't want it to be dropping. The pivots are really tight, because it can hurt you.
Melvin explained that when he sets up his knives, he sets them up to close slow and hydraulic, not fast guillotine style, because his blades are too big and heavy and razor sharp, and someone's going to end up with a chopped off finger. So he sends them out that way, mainly for safety. Feels very, very precisely made. That's what I would say.
It's comfortable. I try to, when I make a knife, I make it comfortable to your hand. So it's very precise to you.
Very nice. That blade is a crazy shape. I love that. That is very cool. So what do we have here?
This one is a lefty.
That is a lefty, and that's a beautiful orange peel looking texture on there, huh?
A titanium orange peel.
All right, is it a secret? How do you get that orange peel?
Actually, very simple. It's a wire brush.
Like a rotary wire brush?
A rotary wire brush. You sand the material to a 320, 400, very even.
So pretty smooth.
And then you just wire brush it.
Wire brush.
That's it. Very simple. That's a lefty.
A lefty, okay. Well, let me try it with my left hand.
You see the lock is in the left side, so you can disengage from the left side.
Okay. Oh, I gotta take my ring off. And with no ring to mar the beautiful surface there. Wow.
That one also is to refinish. I had to re-edge it to make it dark. It had been used and used and used, and the Damascus.
I love the Damascus, and then the resanded flat, so that you don't see Damascus on the flat.
Damascus on the flat.
That is so cool.
Two-tone, what they call a two-tone.
I didn't know that was actually a thing. I don't know if I've seen that before. That is so smart. That is so cool. I love that. That is so cool. All right, can I actuate it left-handed? Let's see. Can we reverse flick it left-handed? Oh, nope, I can't. Do the thumb now. There we go.
Yeah, being left-handed is a little bit difficult. I cannot even do it. Sometimes I just have to do it from the right side.
That is such a cool looking shape too.
Yeah, that's the Apollo
The Apollo.
Apollo. Most of my knives are based on Greek gods and mythology. The names come from Greek gods and mythology.
Wow, I love it. I can't even tell you how cool that is, man.
The customer wants to add a thumb stud and eliminate the flipper instead of being.
So we're going to do a flipper delete thumb stud add.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is one of my small models.
Small models. What is the name of this guy?
Bandito.
Bandito?
Bandito, yeah.
Oh, Bandito with the B.
Like bandit.
Right.
Now, Bandito is in Spanish.
Wow.
The finish on that is...
that clip is amazing.
It's a gun coat, basically like some kind of ceramic coat. It's called gun coat.
Okay.
You apply it and you...
That's the black over the titanium?
Yes, and it goes to the oven. It's super, super, super resistant.
Okay.
And that blade is...
Is it stronger than Cerakote?
Yes.
Different than that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, same concept.
Same concept, but different material.
Different material.
Wow. Action is just amazing. Wow. You don't do drop shutty too much, I guess.
I try to avoid them.
Yeah.
Yes, sometimes it happens. You know, they're so... Because...
Yeah, a giant blade's going to fall.
A giant blade is going to fall. It's going to cut your finger and then it's going to be soup.
But this one has such great action. That is just like the perfect shake shut, but super, super smooth. Super smooth. Wow. I love that frag. That frag is amazing. More knives should be fragged. I just wanted to reiterate, more knives should be fragged. And manufacturers, come on, man. Even like a G10 freaking budget blade. Put some frag on it. Do it. Anyway, so I asked Melvin how he got the word out, about his knives, about, getting them sold. He said one way was going to blade shows. What blade shows do you go to?
I go to Blade Show in Atlanta.
The big one?
Normally, the beginning of June is actually the biggest knife show in the world.
Yep.
And
never been, but I want to.
Yes, awesome. I've been there for 6 years in a row.
Do you do pretty well?
Normally, I sold out.
Sell out?
Yeah.
So you make as many as you can before you go, basically?
Yeah, normally. And I do a local show here in Florida. The Gators Quarterly Crop Show is normally the same weekend as the Super Bowl.
Okay.
First weekend of February or the last weekend of January. I do not recall exactly, but you can look online. Gators Quarterly Club, and there's a flyer in there. They can actually for a discount for the entrance, and it says the dates of the show. Normally start Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Awesome. Well, I don't really watch the Super Bowl, so I'll probably see you there.
Yeah, it's the weekend of the Super Bowl in the Lakeland Convention Center.
That's awesome.
It used to be. Now it's RP Funding. It used to be
RP Funding Center, yeah.
Lakeland Convention Center.
So I was looking at one of Melvin's blades, and I noticed the top edges were still a little sharp, like they had been cut but not rounded off at all. So I asked him how he did that, how he touches them up. So what are we doing right here? We're just going to round the edges just a tiny bit so they're not so sharp that they can cut you or something, huh?
Yeah, basically what I'm doing is basically cleaning the edges of the knife.
We only want one sharp edge, and that's the one that's on the down part.
Clean basically the edge. Same angle, approximately.
You're about a 45 on the edge there, basically, right?
You can do the other little edges. That's it.
Is that something of a heat mark I see on there?
This, yes, it's come with the heat treating. That was part of the, when I heat treat the knife.
Okay.
Change colors. So basically part of the cleaning with this little scotch white wheel.
All right, here's a question. Do you heat treat it with the blade just by itself, or do you put it inside of one of those little, like, do you have to put it inside of something?
I heat treat in pouches.
In pouches, okay, yeah. I've seen that. I wasn't sure if that was something you had to do always or how that worked.
Well, it depends. You know, if I'm doing like a high carbon knife, normally because of high carbon, you have to quench in oil.
Right. Okay.
And anyway, I have to surface grind it after, so I just heat treat it plain.
Okay.
You know, like,
because you're going to grind off any scale or whatever gets on there from the heat.
Normally, with the forging, people will take it out of the forge. You know, dunk it in the oil.
Right.
And that's basically my thing. If I'm doing stainless, And some of my stainless, I try to get it as finished as possible before I treat it.
Okay. And that won't cause it to warp.
If you leave an edge thick enough, it won't.
So you have to take it down a little bit when it's done.
After it's done, I do the finishing. And also, I have what they call quenching plates, which is 2 pieces of aluminum.
Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah. You just squash it between aluminum and it takes the heat out real quick.
Take the heat out and keep it straight.
What is faster, the aluminum or a quench in oil?
It's supposed to be quench in oil, but the stainless, they don't want you to do it in oil. They ask to do
it's supposed to be
a plate quench.
A plate quench. Okay.
So, and there, I have them right here.
I always wondered if the plate quench cooled it quicker or if the oil cooled it quicker.
The oil.
The oil does. Okay, that makes sense.
No, you heat treat the blade. You put it in there and you pump it.
Okay.
And this, because it's
the aluminum, the aluminum just sucks up all the heat.
All the heat and keep it straight.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't let it warp because you're smashing it down in there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
I have 2 of this and 2 different sizes. I have for the smaller blades, which is that one, and I have a double one.
A big boy.
For bigger blades.
Nice. And what do you do on your mill? Is your mill for the handles?
My mill, I cut my locks. I cut the lock bars. I do the pockets for the pivot collars, pockets for the over travel disc, pockets for the head screws.
Gotcha.
I mill my bars, the bar for the spring.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. That's so cool. I like that.
Is done in the mill.
You always do the little multi-cut for your spring?
Sometimes I do just one cut. It depends on what the customer wants.
Okay.
I have found that the multi-cut, it looks cleaner, and a lot of guys prefer it. And some other guys, they like the one cut. It depends.
You never do an inside cut, do you? Or do you?
The problem when you do an inside cut, it is that normally your handle has to be flat. Because when you contour your handle, then you're gonna get
too thin on the far edge.
Really thin. So because I always do a contour on the knife, I always do an outside.
Okay, interesting. All right, I hadn't thought about that. That makes sense.
Yeah, then you have a really thin edge in that part.
So you probably tried the inside one at some point.
Yes, we did it, and when I contour it, I found out that that doesn't work. So let's do it again.
Yeah, sometimes the outside ones catch on my belt, or not on my pocket,
right?
Pocket,
yes.
So that one, when I had it blacked, I had it Cerakoted. Before I had it Cerakoted, I took the corners off so it stopped getting in my pocket.
Getting in your pocket.
Because it would always do the same thing. I would put it in my pocket and it would go halfway in and then stop.
Yeah, when you do the lines, the spring in the lines like I do in that, you avoid that. Because it's just several...
Okay, that makes sense. So you're not making one big spot that can get caught in the pocket. You're making a bunch of little spots that will just ride right over the material.
That's a nice piece. That's Mokame or Damascus?
I think it's Mokame. Is that how you say it? I don't really know.
Actually, no. I see a red right there. I think that's Damascus.
I thought it was
just the early colors.
I know it polishes really easy because it got all scratched up and then I repolished it. So I don't know if that tells you anything, but it polishes really easy. So I was guessing it was like
really easy. It's
like a copper. Yeah. So it felt like it polished in like 10 seconds. It was. I was afraid I was going to ruin it. I was polishing it. And I was taking the edges down too much right away. I was like, oh, got to stop.
Yeah, M390. I love that steel. I cannot find it.
Really? Hard to get?
Hard to get.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Okay. Did not know that at all. Yeah, that's basically my best pocket knife right there. That's it. In your hands.
But you see what your problem is with the clip? Also, the little belly of the clip is basically on top of the...
On top of the hole.
Yeah.
So it should be either behind it or in front of it or something.
In front of it. You do a longer clip or a shorter clip, and then your belly is not on top of it, and that is not a problem.
That's exactly it. Yep, that's right. So
the
clip...
Or bring it higher.
So the clip is forcing that material into the little low spot, and then it gets stuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
really nice.
Too many knife designers do that wrong. I feel like I have probably 3 or 4 knives that I try and put them in, and they get stuck on that freaking thing.
Really good action, and I have, like I said, I have a whole bunch of knives that they do this. Just tighten them.
You tighten them up.
I let the customer lose it. If the customer lose it, and and he cut himself.
Right.
I didn't do it.
Right.
But yeah, really nice action.
I think Max Ace is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
As far as Chinese, Chinese makers.
Yeah, they're pretty good job. This is getting really popular. The exposed lanyard. That's what I'm doing in the hounds right now.
Oh, that's cool.
It's getting really popular. I do not, I do not like showing my travel. See that the ball D10 travel is showing.
Like, you know what? I've mentioned that before to people that that's a little cheesy, but I mean,
yeah, sometimes have it, sometimes
it's going to be tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but I try to avoid it. Very good piece, nice piece right there.
Melvin Lozada liked my knife. That's so cool. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope to get back over there to Melvin's shop, maybe record some more, get some more information, some more details, have some more fun over there. Maybe I can work on something myself. He actually teaches kind of like lessons on knife making, so I would love to learn. And if you need a custom knife, or if you want a custom knife, I mean, no one really needs a custom knife, but if you want one, look him up. I mean, I'm going to put his information right down there below in the description. So look him up. Be the first kid on your block with a Melvin Lozada custom. Just do it. Just excellent stuff. Have a nice day.